Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I am Nocterra, your host. If you're new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button down below. So I got my Boom Beach game up on the screen here today. This is another SuperCell game, and we just recently came out of the MegaCrab, which is a big event we have every month on the game. It's lots of fun. And I had some trouble with it, and the guys are like, Nock, why didn't you use the Scorcher? The Scorcher's boosted right now. I didn't pay any attention, but sure enough, Scorcher health is boosted plus 50%, which is huge. I mean, this thing has 43,000 hit points, each one of them. And I got 8 boats, so I could take 8 of them with me into an attack. I wish I'd have known about this when the MegaCrab was running, because if I did, I would have gotten a lot further without trying nearly as hard. But instead, I decided to go ahead and boost it for the last few days, and I thought, well, you know, let's just tinker around a little bit, because I haven't played with it all that much. I typically use T-Med, tanks and meds, and I just haven't really, you know, ventured into playing around with the Scorcher all that much. So I went ahead and I boosted it, and I've been playing with it, and now my archipelago is absolutely clear of all enemy bases. Whether it's an NPC base or it's another player, you know, mercenaries, there's nothing there. I cleared all of the bases out in about an hour and a half's time. I couldn't believe it. Now, I'm not gonna argue this, guys. This is a spam attack. I don't think that it would work quite this well if it wasn't for the 50% health boost that it's got. I mean, it bumps it up to what, like 61,000 for the HP. But with the boost, this is absolutely insane, and I'm having an absolute blast with it. All my troops are maxed on Boom Beach, because like I said, I've been playing for a while. So that means that I've got level 9 Scorchers, and that gives them, well, the 43,000 hit points, 975 over 750 for their DPS, I think it is. That means that they're pretty tough cookies. The only real problem for them on the base would have to be the shock launchers. And I hit him with a shock bomb every once in a while, or in some cases like this one here, I'll bring the Scorchers in around from the back or the side so that they've got the opportunity to kind of spread out a little bit more and take out more of the enemy defenses at one time without, you know, falling prey to too many at once. What's really funny, somebody had a sky dome up. Actually, I went up against a couple of sky domes. And in the one case, I didn't know this, a sky dome is just that, the dome above, not on the ground. So my Scorchers rolled right up on everything that was under the sky dome and took them out. I don't really use the sky dome that much. You know, I like the idea that it's something that will stop anything from coming in from the top. So, you know, you can't shoot what's in there with, like, say, you know, the barrage or so forth. But it doesn't seem like it quite offers enough defense, enough of a shield, if you will, for what it costs in, you know, in prototype parts. So I don't like it. I don't really use it. Instead, I'll typically go with like the I don't know, like the cannons or whatever. I'll bring up one of the other ones and spread them out so that they can slow down the enemy approach. But in this particular case, like I said, I had 2 bases with sky domes, and in the one, totally unbeknownst to me, able to roll underneath the sky dome and take out what's underneath there. I thought the dome came all the way to the ground, but it doesn't. So that one wasn't much of a challenge. Then in another one, this was really interesting. The other player had a grappler down there. And as I lay out my attack, bring up all the Scorchers, it reaches out and starts bringing the Scorchers in underneath the sky dome. So it brought like 4 or 5 of them in there, and they just went to town on everything that was under the sky dome. And that included the shock launcher, there was a couple of boom cannons down there, there was another prototype weapon, don't remember what it was, and of course, you know, the grappler was down there. So, needless to say, that attack did not last very long at all. I think it might have been a minute and a half. Most of the attacks that I ran against other players, they're over in a minute and a half. Some of them were even less. I think the last one I've got a replay for here in a couple minutes, it was less than a minute. And I mean, that's just how fast these Scorchers are making work of these bases. And again, they're all level 60 to 65. Most of them are level 65 bases. So it's not like I'm going against, you know, super weak opponents here. I mean, these players are all in that kind of near max category as well. So, I mean, they've got some pretty senior defenses, if you will. but they don't stand a chance against the Scorchers. The Scorchers just go in and just blow them away. I felt like Hammerman, you know, running all these spam attacks that I was doing. But you know, like I said, it was a blast, and I think it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, to just watch these things roll up out of nowhere and just plow right through the base. On a lot of my videos, I talk about forming up an offensive line and how that offensive line will just barrel right through the base, and that's the way it is in Clash, the builder base in Clash. So whether you're playing Classic Clash or the builder base, and that's largely the way it is here on Boom Beach as well. If you can form up some kind of an offensive line and plow the enemy base, usually you can beat it. You know, sometimes it doesn't work as well, but usually you will in fact be able to beat it. You got to be smart about it sometime. You got to come around from the back or from the side, but a lot of times you can come straight at it from the very front and take it down without too terrible much difficulty. That's a very workable strategy in all of these player versus player games, whether they're, you know, real-time PvP or, you know, the delayed passive PvP, like say for example Clash and Boom Beach are. So that's kind of the fun of it, I think, is just, you know, barreling right through it, whether from the side or from the top, doesn't matter. You just go straight through it. It's a blast. It's fun. I guess it's because I'm a guy, I like blowing stuff up. What can I say? At any rate, Boom Beach is another SuperCell game. If you're not playing it, it does take a little bit to get to this level, but there's lots of great stuff all the way along the way that you can play. The different levels, I'd say after maybe about level 12 or 13, somewhere in that ballpark, it really gets to be a good fun game. It's another one that you rush and just kind of zip right through like the builder base. No real sense in maxing anything. I wouldn't do that. So there you have it. Thanks a lot for sticking around to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I might bring some more Boom Beach in here later on in the next couple weeks. It's one of my guilty pleasures I play on the side. As I said before, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Help us build it. Comments, questions down below. Drop me an email or other comments at nocterra@gmail.com. And on that matter, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks a lot, and take care. Bye-bye.